Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will learn everything about Python strings from basic concepts to advanced string operations. Strings are basically one of the most important data types in Python. So almost every real world program works with text, whether it is usernames, messages, file paths, or data from the internet. So by the end of this video, you will fully understand what strings are, how to create and use them, string indexing and slicing, string methods, formatting strings, advanced string concepts, and best practices. So let's get started and let me ask you a question about what is a string in Python. So basically in Python, a string is a sequence of characters used to represent text. Strings are basically written inside single quotes or double quotes. For example, let's say name is equals to Python and language is equals to programming. So I have written two strings both in single quote and double quotes. So both single and double quote works the same way. Now there is some important properties of string, and that is immutability. So strings in Python are immutable. This means once a string is created, it cannot be changed. For example, if I want to say text is equals to hello. Now, for example, if I want to modify this text and I want to make the first character of hello capital, I'll provide 0 index and equals to h. If I do that, I will get an error. Let's execute the code and there is an error, and the type error basically says string object does not support item assignment. Now let's undo that, and because we don't want to have an error in our programs. Now there is no error. Now if you want to modify a string, Python basically creates a new string instead of changing the original one. And now there are some different ways of creating strings. The first one is using double quotes. And the second one is using single quotes. And the third one is number equals to stir, and let's provide 100. This is indeed an integer, but it will be finally converted into string, and we will have 100 in a string. And there is some multi-line strings by using triple quotes. Message is equals to provide triple quotes. Now whatever you will write, this is multi-line strings. Now this is a multi-line string. Now there is another very important concept in strings, and that is called string indexing. So each character in a string has a position called an index, and indexes basically starts from 0 in every programming language. Let's say, for example, we have a word Python, Python. Now here every character of a Python has its own index. For example, P have a 0 index, Y have 1 index, and T have 2 index, and the last one N have 5 index. Now if you want to access any character of that word Python, we can simply say print and the variable word and square brackets. Now if we want to access the Y, I will simply say 1 index because Y is on index 1. If I execute the code, we get Y. Now let's print, for example, the word, the last index have of the last character have 5 index. Execute the code, we will get N. Now there is another thing, that is negative indexing. So negative indexing basically starts from the end. For example, if I want to say directly, I want to print the last character of the word Python, I will say word and let's say -1. So -1 means we'll have a last character of the string, which is N. Now -2 will have O print word -2. Execute the code, I will have 0. Now Python also provides string slicing. So string slicing basically allow you to extract part of a string, and the syntax for that is like string variable name and square brackets and starting index colon ending index. This is the syntax for string slicing. Now let's create variable programming. Now let's say I want to print first 6 characters of the programming. I will simply say 0:6. If I execute the code, we got PROGRA. Now there are other ways to extract text, and that is from 0 index till 4 index. So we don't provide the first index. If I execute the code, we will only get PROG. Now another way is to text starting from 4th index until the last character of the string. If I execute the code, we got RAMMING. Now we can also print every other character of the string, and that case provide colons and 2. Now if I execute the code, I will get every other character of that string. Now to print string in a reverse form, we will say text, and that is colon and -1. Now let's execute the code, and we got up programming in the reverse form PROGRAMING. Now if you want to concatenate or join two different string values, we can do that by using a plus operator. For example, if I say first is equals to hello and second is equals to world. Now if you want to join that, result is equals to first plus, if you want to add a space, then we can do that, and again plus and second value. Now if I want to print result, we will get result hello world. There it is. We can also repeat strings using a star sign. Let's say, for example, world is equals to hi, give a space, and now say print word and times 3. Now if I execute the code, we get 3 times hi. We can also check membership in strings. For example, if I want to find a specific text or word in a paragraph, we can do that by using in and not in. Let's try an example. For example, let's say text is equals to programming Python. Let's try, if I want to say print Python Python in text, we will get a result in true or false in a boolean value, and that's it. We got result true because Python is present in this text. Now let's try another example by doing not in Java, not in text. We should also get true, and that's it. We got a true because Java is not present in this text. Now there are some common built-in string methods in Python. For example, if you want to make the text all in uppercase, then we have a function for that, uppercase. Now let's execute the code, and we have Python programming in uppercase. Now if you want to make it lowercase, then we will simply type text dot lowercase method, and let's execute that. Now all the text is in lowercase. Now let's, for example, if we want to make it all the initials in capital, then we have a title function for that. Now both p's of the programming and Python are in capital. Now if I want to make only the first letter character of the paragraph in capital, then we have a capitalize method for that. Now only p of the programming Python is capitalized. There are also some built-in methods in Python to remove spaces from the string. Let's say, for example, text is equals to Python programming. Now, for example, let's add some spaces before removing the spaces. So now if I want to remove all the spaces from the string, we'll simply text dot strip. We'll use strip function. It will remove all the spaces from the text variable. Now, for example, if I want to remove only left space, then we will simply say text dot left strip, and the left side of the space will be removed. Now if I want to remove right, then there is a right strip method for that. Let's execute the code, and now the right side of the space is removed from that Python string. Now there are some another functions. Let's find Python. Now I will say find me where on which index the Python is available. So the Python is index available on one index because the first one index is used as a 0 now, and the one index has Python p character. Now we can also replace Python from any other text. Let's say text dot replace, and say I want to remove Python with the Java. Now the Python is removed and Java is added. We can also split words based on the spaces between them by using a split function. Let's say, for example, word is equals to text dot split, and let's say we will provide space. Now this, based on the spaces, the words text will be splitted. Now print word. Let's execute the code. Now Python and programming both are separated. Now we can also join them. Let's say sentence equals to, now I want to provide dash. We will again join both words by using a join function and provide word. And now let's print sentence. Let's execute the code. Now Python and programming are both joined with the help of dash. And the next thing in strings is string formatting. So as we have learned in the Python's variable chapter, that we cannot combine strings and numbers like this. For example, if I say age is equals to 35 and text is equals to I am John and my age is plus age. If I execute the code, we will have an error because it is not possible to add strings like this. Now, for example, we can do that, combine strings and numbers by using f strings or the format method. So f strings were basically introduced in Python 3.6, and it is now the preferred way of formatting strings. To specify a string as an f string, simply put an f in front of the string literal and add curly brackets as a placeholder for variables and other operations. For example, if I say name is equals to Alice and age is equals to 25. Now let's say print f and my name is, now we going to add curly brackets and let's put name variable. My name is Alice and I am age curly brackets dash years old. Now if I execute the code, we will have my name is Alice and I'm 25 years old. So this is basically clean, fast and readable. And another way to do that is using a format method, and we simply can do print my name is dash and I am curly brackets years old. Now we can simply say dash format and add name variable, then comma and age variable. Now let's execute the code and we get the same result. And another thing in strings is basically escape characters. So it allows basically special formatting. For example, if I want to print hello, let's say new world. Now if I execute the code, hello and world will be printed on the new line. So slash n means new line. Let's say, for example, print hello t world. Now hello slash t means one times tab. Now another thing, we want to highlight some text in double quotation marks. We can do that by saying she said hi. Now if I execute the code, she said, and the hi is in double quotation marks. But sometimes we need to ignore these escape sequences, and that is when raw strings come into play. For example, if I want to say path path is equals to r string before string literal, and now path to any, let's say new folder. So this is basically very useful for file paths and regex. We can also compare strings using equal to, not equal to, less than, and greater than. Let's try an example. Print apple equal to apple, and the result will be in boolean value, and it is true because both apple and apple are same. Let's make it false by using capital A equal to apple. So the result will be false because comparisons are case sensitive. We can iterate over strings using for loop. Let's say, for example, for character in Python Python, and let's say print character, execute the code, and the Python will be printed here. And the next thing is we can use length function to know the length of the string. Say Python, let's execute the code, and we will have 6 Python. So Python has 6 length. So there are some common mistakes with strings that we need to avoid is trying to modify a string directly. Forgetting strings are case sensitive, using plus repeatedly in loops, which is inefficient. So not using f strings for formatting. Now the best practice is to use f strings for formatting using strip when handling user inputs. Well, remember strings are immutable, so we can also combine many strings by using dot join function. So keep string operations readable. Now in the conclusion, in this video we have learned that what strings are, how to create and manipulate them, and what are indexing, slicing and methods, formatting techniques, and advanced string concepts. Strings are basically one of the most powerful and commonly used data types in Python. So if this video very helped you, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching and happy coding.